GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the love, the drama, and the vibes. So right now we are going to talk about Tile Pilots Mint, this dog coin called Bonk, and a couple of other things like a guy just doxing, which is a big project. And note that this is financial advice, just me talking about cartoon JPEGs and things that I like about them and entertainment. All right, so let's get started with the first thing. Boom. All right, so we got Tile Pilots. They just minted out. Congrats to them on this mint. It became beautiful. It minted out great. A lot of people were happy. It went up to a good price as well. They are currently at 24 right now, which is insane. I just can't see Sol that high, and it's just great to see for mints right now on Solana. So as you can see right here, there's still a lot of activity going on. They did go a little bit higher, but it looks like they're leveling down at 20. You have different factions here. You have the enforcers, you have the operators, you have the resistance, and you have the rebels, which seems to be the more wanted right now. And these right here are basically this is what it is right now until we actually get to see the reveal of what these are. So overall, Tom, he is one of the greatest on Solana. He has done a lot for Solana, and this is basically his first mint. I mean, you could say this is his first one. This is basically his baby. He's going to take care of these little things really good. He's going to have an actual emotional touch to this project, because if you remember, Tile Robotics was actually created by someone else. Tom actually took over the project because he saw something in it. He saw something valuable, and then he started to derug it because it was rugged. And he basically built this into one of the biggest projects in Solana right here, Tile Robotics. So after Tile Robotics, he basically finally built out the pilots, which is something that we're going to start seeing gain value, and he's going to start building on it. And I can't wait to see what he's got going on for these pilots. All right, so on the next news, Liberty Square, man, there was a Solana space today with Easy Eats. He basically assembled the big crew. He assembled the Justice League. He got the guy from Blocksmith Labs. He got Liberty Square on. He got the Claynosaurus team on. He got OK Bear's founder on. Dude, it was an insane space. And then at the end of the space, Liberty Square, they just wanted to like really just throw that fireworks on top of it, and the guy decided to dox himself on this live event. Solana Legend was on there too. It was a crazy one right there. So he doxed himself. He is basically the top guy who managed My Chemical Romance, which was a rock band in my high school days. I used to rock the goth, and I used to wear clothes like this. I would listen to My Chemical Romance almost every day with my CD player, and it was really cool to know that I'm actually in the same space as this guy who managed My Chemical Romance. So if you don't know who My Chemical Romance is, I mean, they're kind of like rockish gothic bands, which doesn't really exist today. But anyways, I'm sure we'll find out how the guy looks like and whatever after that. But all right, so the next thing I got going on is claim makers. Claynosaurus did their AMA today. Something that we talked about on Value Vibes on our podcast. Make sure you go on our Discord below. You check out our Value Vibes podcast. We do videos on there every Tuesday and Thursdays. Right now they're all on holidays, but next week we'll definitely get back on and start doing some more videos. The one thing that Soul Investor talked about was this AMA that was going to come up, and he was going to buy in before the AMA. And sure enough, a lot of things happened during this AMA. They had a couple of things here. They had basically one crucial thing that they basically said, because I'm not going to read it all, is that this whole Claymaker system is a deflationary system. But there is one that is actually very valuable, which is the golden ones. And the golden ones, after that announcement, the golden ones exploded. They grew in value to all the way up to 175 Solana. So if you remember, we were looking at this thing like 2 weeks ago. They were like about like 10 Sol. They exploded after this announcement. These things can basically it could probably make gold clay. I mean, I really don't know that part yet, but these, you can pretty much just print money with these things. Overall, I guess that's the best way to describe this, is that you can print money. You can print lots of stuff. You can print clay. You can do all sorts of stuff, while everything else is basically deflationary. So that's why these things are going out fast. As you can see, the first ones, these are only 5 Solana. They're not that special. You got the deluxe, which is not that special as well, and then the limited. So whoever got into these limited, congrats as well. You're gonna be pretty set right now, and I'm sure those clays will gain in more value as the time passes by. So on the next note here, on the next news, there was this coin called Bonk. Bonk was a coin that basically was centered around decentralization after the whole Sam Bankman issue, and all this venture capitalism that went in from him and Solana. This was basically pointed out to where they want to do this for the community. So just to show you right here, the 50% airdrop will be split as follows: 20% to Solana NFT collections, comprising of 297,000 individual NFTs. So with this, I had a couple of Bonk sent to me on my address. I swapped it to Solana, and a lot of people got this as well. I did not know this was gonna move so high within like 5 days. This thing really caught up on Twitter. A lot of memers, they all just talked about Bonk, Bonk, Bonk. Then it came on Coinbase as well, and Coinbase listed it, and this thing just shot up within 1 day. And as you can see here, it says 15% to early open book traders, 10% to Solana artists and collectors, 5% to Solana developers. So they really try to make this as decentralized as possible for the community. They basically wanted to say this is for the community. This is not something to where they're using us. So really interesting stuff from Bonk. What they're doing, and I'm sure they're gonna do a lot more. They're already going on the right path as like Dogecoin, as I guess. Again, here it says the first Solana Dogecoin for the people and by the people. So interesting stuff from the Bonk, and we'll see where the Bonk goes from here. All right, so this next thing that I want to talk about is this thing called Hypemas whitelist token, and somehow I got one of these things. And if you remember, probably like maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I talked about this thing that the Hyperspace team created. It was called Hypersphere, and Hypersphere had no utility. It was very risky, but I just decided to buy one just because I'm a degen. And I believe I got this token here, Hypemas, is because I had Hypersphere. And the other thing about Hypersphere is that I was able to get the BB NFT as well. So just overall, just like some interesting stuff with Hypersphere, or maybe this is just maybe he's just playing with us. I mean, who knows? But we're gonna find some more info about these Hypemas whitelist tokens, but we'll see. Maybe it's a rug. I mean, shit. But anyways, all right. So let's get into the good stuff, the stuff that I really want to talk about, which is the secondary market, what I'm looking at, what I like, and what I bought, what I sold. Boom. Here we go. I think you can see it now. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. All right, so here we got Tensor, which is my favorite platform that I use. And the thing about this is that I go through my watch list on what I like. I curated this to what I've been looking at for like the past year and a half, 2021 and 2022. There is a lot of great projects out there, but those projects aren't on my watch list. Just like Tyler Robotics, I mean, they're not really on my watch list. Tyler Pilots is, and I'm explaining why later on. But we have Game Rooms, which is great. Not on my watch list. We have 050 Slime, not on my watch list. Jelly Rascals, not on my white list. These are really great projects. Jelly Rascals in the gaming world. You have Degen Ape Academy, not on my watch list, or one of the OGs of Solana. And the reason why they're not on my watch list is because I can't really relate to them. Degen Ape, they're known just to be that first Solana NFT that really like just blew out everybody on an NFT world. They basically established Solana and had all these projects come in. So, I should have it on my watch, but I just can't relate to it. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody should have their own watch list. They shouldn't copy mine. Jelly Rascals as well. If I'm not a gamer, so I can't really relate to it. That's why I don't have it on my watch. But it's a great project. So, it's no offense on projects. It's just the things that I enjoy myself and that I'm okay with buying in. Okay, so overall, there's a lot of green still. There's not that much red, which is not really great for me because it means that I'm not gonna mostly buy things, and I really haven't for like the past 2 weeks. And we go through this a lot. We really go through this a lot to where like you don't see me buying for a while, and then the negativity, the sentiment starts coming in with all the red. Then I start looking at this stuff, and then I start dabbling in. But all right, but I'm still gonna go through this stuff. So we had experiments. Experiments was one of the projects that I've been talking about for so long, probably like 3 months. Since October. On my Twitter, I put a collaboration on all the things I talked about experiments and what I was thinking about, and why I was thinking that it was gonna gain more in value. And this was when experiments was at 0.50, 0.60 Solana. I started buying in at that point. And the thing is that experiments didn't have a SaaS platform yet. They didn't have their staking mechanism yet at that time. They were just starting, and then this whole Sang Bankman thing happened at the same time. So this whole mint happened literally at that day, and it just collapsed. This is when I started buying, and as you can see right here, it finally this thing was it's like a rocket, just went all the way up to the moon. I hate using that word. I can't believe I just used that word, but yeah. This thing went up to 7 Solana, which was insane. I didn't expect that, honestly. I thought this was going to be a slow increase to 4 Solana and somewhere in January or so, but it all happened within one day, right before New Year's. And the thing is, I have 3 experiments. If you remember, I had 4, then I had 5, then I traded 2. My whole thing is I'm going to keep one experiment for a while after this whole Solana bear thing we got going on. If we do go to a bull, that's when I'll probably sell my experiment, because a lot of people are going to get into the NFT space. There's going to be a lot of people that want to get into Jersey space, because he's connected with everybody on Solana, in 2024, whatever year that's going to be, and he's going to have probably like a whole bunch of connections on what's going on here and there, and that at that time frame. That is when I'm probably going to sell my NFT, my last and one and only NFT. But in the meantime, I'm still just trading the 3 that I have. I bought one more last week, and that one I do have listed. So overall, I have 4. I have 4 of them left. So right now, I'm listing 1, and I still have 3. And with the 3 I have, I'm gonna wait a little bit because it's at 3% right now. I do think this is probably gonna still steam up a little bit with the whole, with everything they're still building. They're still, they're still tweaking the SaaS products, and overall, a lot of people are starting to take notice of this project. Even Cody, he shouted them out. They're very well connected with the Solana ecosystem. So good stuff on them on here. Now, the other project that I do want to talk about is Liberty Square as well. He doxed. There's a little pump going on, probably relatable to doxing, but overall, this project they have a huge community, a community that has been building right behind them, like just the community is so hardcore. I can't explain it on Solana. It's nothing like anything else I've seen. The whole motto is get wrecked. But we've proven our point in the spring of 2022. I mean, look at this right here. This is really cool. The way they have this built out, they're connecting with Sleek Geek, which is basically a company that builds out toys for NFT projects. So if you look at this right here, it looks pretty sick. Just look at that rat, mouse, whatever that thing is that they have, or a squirrel. I keep forgetting, like, is this a squirrel or rat? But anyways, overall cool stuff from Liberty Square. And then going down, Sources is still gaining in value right now. This is one we talked about when it was down here. I bought a couple of them. I still have one right now for Sources. I'm still gonna wait. It's at 5% right now. It's still I will say it's still building out, and eventually I do think that this is gonna reach 3%, and then probably at that point maybe I might sell around the 6 or 7 Solana range from my last source. I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna think about that one. So I did buy a Lily. I bought a Lily finally after I talked about this so much, and I bought it. Yeah, I bought it right here around. Oh man, let me see what did I buy it at. This is my favorite art overall. The Lily just caught my eye, man. Just something about it, and hopefully I can find where I put it at. Did I put it in? I think I put it in staking. Let's see. Yeah, I think I lost it. I lost it somewhere. I don't know where the hell it's at, but it's a nice one. It's one of my favorites. You know what? I put it on my Twitter actually. So it's pretty neat, man. This is my favorite right here. Where is the Lily at? If I could find it. Oh, there it is. This is my NFT. I only bought one, which is I'm kind of worried because I tend to like to buy two, in case it pumps. I could sell one and then I keep one and put it in my little vault. I only have one right now, and if it does, gain in value, a 2x somewhere there, then I'll probably sell it. But I don't want to because this is my favorite art. So hopefully I could buy a second one. Hopefully this doesn't move. Hopefully it stays the same here, so I can buy a second one, and then I'll be more comfortable. But the listing's going down, which is kind of worrying for me because that just means that the price is more likely going to go higher, and the percentage though is still at 11%, so it's kind of good because maybe I could get a second one here. But overall, my favorite art on Solana, no doubt, art's perception, but take it as you leave. So, anyways, all right, let's keep going down. I'm talking too much about the greens. I really want to get into the reds and let you know what I feel right now. All right, so let's see what else. All right, anybody's. This is one project that dude, I have been looking at this one for quite a while. Toys R Us. Toys R Us came out. They announced it. It went all the way up to 45 Solana. And this is when I was basically saying how after Toys R Us mints out, it's going to decline and the hype is going to be gone and people are going to start selling out. And then it's slowly going there. Listings going up. It's finally hitting at this level to where it's probably going to stay around here, 20 or 15. And then I'm just going to wait on the next brand that's going to come out, because these guys have a nice resume. Their resume says Toys R Us. Their resume says Ty O'Keefe. Their resume has Nike. They have a nice resume for the next brand, and the next brand that wants to come into Solana or any chain, but mostly Solana, anybody's will be able to display this resume saying, hey, this is what we've done so far. We accomplished with Toys R Us, and we can do the same thing and even and bring out your project smoothly. So brands don't want to do it themselves. They can't do it themselves. And the reason why brands can't do it themselves is because they don't understand the community on Twitter. They don't understand NFTs. They don't understand what people want. Us and anybody's, any project, they went through the obstacles. They know what needs to be done. They know what creates hype. They know how to sell out. They know what art is. They know the type of art. They know what type of artists to get. So that's the thing right now. You're having these middlemans that are helping brands come in to Solana, and there's going to be a lot more. And anybody did say that there's going to be another project coming out. We just don't know what it is yet. And that's why I'm kind of waiting to see if this will be a good entry point for me, because when they do announce something, I think it's gonna be a little bit bigger than Toys R Us. It's just my opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. And I just I'm just tracking it every week and looking at it. But eventually, I'm probably gonna get into anybody's before they announce their next move, their next brand. So overall, this is an interesting one. Definitely an interesting one for me. Tile Oil, man. This was the project that basically helped mint out Tile pilots, because if you had a Tile Oil, you'll be able to mint out a Tile pilot. If for a 5 liter, a 10 liter will give you 2, a 20 liter will give you 4 Tile pilots. And I basically mentioned that when the mint comes out, this is gonna dump, and for sure it completely dumped, and it went all the way to 11 Solana. And it happens. This is normal. This is what usually happens after a mint out. People don't need Tile Oil anymore, and that's what happens. So I'm sure Solport Tom, they have things for Tile Oil, and overall, it's just gonna take a while. But that's why I don't, when this was pumping, I didn't want to buy it because I will become exit liquidity. So that's why I never look at these greens. I just watch them. I'm usually always looking at the reds, because for me, it just seems like a better entry point with these reds. But of course, we don't have that many right here. There's a little bit only, and like the only one that's interesting for me is anybody's, and that's really about it. I mean, Toys R Us seems interesting, but I'm still just closely observing it on what they're doing. They're still at 5% listing. Everything else is kind of just like, if you look at the volume here, it's only at 6, which is dangerous, because you can't sell this if you want to, right? Because it's only 6 as far as volume. So like most likely you're not going to sell it for a long time. Even Metaplex, this is one I said that is like very dangerous, because selling it will be, it's going to be a longer duration. And I do have a couple, and selling it's going to, I haven't even sold the 2 I have right now, which has been a couple of days. I did sell one before, but again, look, volume's the main key on some of these things. So Trustpass is also an interesting one, but I'm just kind of waiting to see, what they're actually, working with, who they're partnering with. And Lunar. So this project, this is the most interesting one for me, because Lunar, it only went 5%, and I was quite curious on why that happened. Oh, my Pokemon cup. I should have put on my Pokemon. There we go, my Pokemon cup. All right, so Lunar right now is in accumulation phase, as you could see, and they've been here for quite a while. It's just we were talking about this project when it was down here at 3 Solana. I was buying a couple of them. I sold them off. It started coming down, and then now they are gaining traction. There's a lot of people buying it up, and it's down at 4% from like when it was like at 10%, and it's still accumulating right here. And I think this was the time for me to finally just step in again and probably buy a couple more. So I did buy a couple more. I bought about 3. I bought 3 of them around this price. Let's see, what was the price I bought it? It was like around like 8 point something Solana. If I could see, let's see. It was oh man, I wish I could tell you, but well, that's the Lily. All right, so actually, you know what? All right, so, all right, so around this price, this is why I bought it. I mean, I guess you don't gotta know exactly how much, but I bought around 8 Solana, and I just think there's going to be a news announcement before Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year is going to happen around November 17th. I think that's the date for Lunar New Year. And it just kind of aligns. You have Lunar, which is the main project theme. You have the 12 zodiac signs, which is these critters right here, the rat, the ox, and it's somehow all is going to get connected on Lunar New Year. I think that I just think. I mean, who knows? But these different 12 zodiac signs, they all got their own token that you can stake. Yeah, and then when you stake these things, you'll start receiving token, and then eventually the lunar token will come out at some point, which I don't know when. And again, it could be at Lunar New Year. So when lunar token comes in, you can swap it with the actual tokens around all these zodiac sign PFPs, and then from there you'll probably be able to see which DAOs are going to be more valuable, less valuable, yada yada yada. It's going to be an interesting dynamic. I haven't seen this type of dynamic in Solana. So that's why this project is unique. This project's different, and they have the open DAO behind this project, which is the big Ethereum DAO that came in. This DAO built out that sauce token, and they are building out on Solana. So they have a lot of connections on Ethereum who are going to come and probably want to support the open DAO on this Lunar project. That's what I think. Not just that, you have HG Soul, who is part of the open DAO as well. So that right there, that whole thing right there, it's fascinating for me, because I think that they're really trying to build something out with Lunar, with ABC community and Hate Swap. It's and 721 fam as well. And overall, I just think it's going to be a little bit more valuable than what it is right now, because right now it's at 7 Solana, which is about $70. But I'm feeling it with the 4%, with the listing still at low levels right now. It is it is going a little bit up, but I do think this has potential. So that's just my opinion with the Lunar, and that's why I bought 3 of them right now at a higher price too, because I was trading right here at a higher price. So with this, I'm gonna keep one for a longer term duration, and then sell the other 2 probably around I would say maybe 12 Solana or somewhere there, if it does go up. But we'll see from there. So that is basically oh, here we go. I have a feeling that Lunar token will flop in the mid to long run. Could possibly be. I mean, you could have a point. A lot of Solana tokens don't do quite well. So, well, we shall see what it's going to be, what the tokenomics are around there, and how they're going to play that out. But for me personally, I'm just playing on the part of trading it before the announcement comes in. So, we shall see where that goes. But anyways, GM Pickle Dice. Now, overall, that is everything I have. Great stuff for experiments. I mean, this was the biggest news for me, because talked about this and it's finally blown up, and the traders are probably happy right now in Solana after the whole ecosystem and SBF issue. It's the space is traders are needed, investors are needed, holders are needed. Overall, I love the Solana ecosystem, the Solana community. I think it's a gem. It's a gem here on how many people are on Solana. I used to be in Ethereum. I can't tell you how much Solana is just there's something about it that's completely different. And it's just great that you can see people still trading and doing whatever they're doing, building on the ecosystem. So good stuff for Jersey actually being here and building on top of his YouTube channel. So that's why I support him. And anyways, that is basically all I have for today's video. Happy New Year, and overall for 2023, I wish the best. And there's going to be a lot of things coming on for 2023. And overall, guys, much love. Make sure you subscribe And to support the channel, smash the like button, comment below anything you want me to talk about. And I go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Talk about Solana NFTs and anything else that you guys are curious about. And we also have our Discord. Join our Discord below, where we just talk a bunch of things overall, just on NFTs. And then also join our Value of Vibes podcast on Twitter, where we talk with our other guests as well. So a lot of things happening. And overall, much love and peace.